Hey there, so in this video I'm gonna walk you through our platform from A to Z, so you're gonna know everything about replient.ai. So stick until the end to get every feature of Repliant and to get to know the platform better and to maybe decide if you want to use it or not. But thanks for starting the trial and now let's dive into it. So let's start off with the channels that you can connect with Repliant. So there are a bunch of options. We're currently improving our channel integrations as well. But you have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Google Reviews, YouTube, Google Play Store, and Apple App Store available as of now. And how replient.ai is working in general is we are going into your social media account. So we are going into your Facebook account and going into the past. So we are checking every comment that you received and check how you replied to it. Did you hide it? Did you maybe like it? Or how did you respond, in which tone of voice? So we are going to do this for every single platform. So it might take some minutes until our AI is fully trained. And this is like the unique point of replient.ai. So we know about your past and we know what you replied. And this is also taking into account for future AI suggestions. So make sure you connect all the platforms that you have, because that's kind of the key part of replient.ai learning. And that what you can connect as well is your website. This is very useful if you like an e-commerce store or have like a huge blog post, for example, or blog section in your website. Then you just go in there and connect your domain. So you basically just put in your domain name here, and replient.ai is gonna fetch all of your pages, your product pages, your landing pages, your blog posts, and learns from it as well. So it knows about your brand and how you generally write on your website. It also fetches prices, stock information if you have it displayed on your website. So this is very crucial if you want to get the most out of Repliant. And you can also upload some documents. Just make sure it's like FAQ style documents, that is like question answer, because it will serve like as well as some information about your brand. We not suggest uploading like brand guidelines here, some definition of how you should respond. There's another way of doing it in Repliant. I'm going to talk about it in a second. So when you have connected all this, the learning starts, and it might take a couple of minutes, but then after it's finished, you will land in this dashboard. So what's important to know, one more thing about the channels. So you can see that you have like Instagram and Instagram organic here. When you run ads, when you use the Meta Business Suite, so when you have connected it to a Facebook page, we always suggest you take the Instagram option here. Instagram organic is only for, let's say, creators that don't have a Facebook account. So if you always log in with your Instagram and do not even have a Facebook account, then choose Instagram organic. In all other cases, choose Instagram, because Instagram will also be organic and paid. And if you choose Instagram organic, you will not get paid comments or comments on the paid content. Yes, so you will land then here, and Repliant fetches all your historic interactions, but not like every single comment. But we are generally going longer in the past, so we not just have like 2 posts of your past to train our AI. So we are going more into the past, and from each post we're going to take some comments, but not every comment. So these statistics will only be accurate after you connect Repliant. So when you connect it, then we get every single comment from all platforms. So you can trust on this, that we have like every single comment in our platform, because we have some systems integrated to also fetch comments if they are missing. So you can make sure that all comments are inside of replient.ai. And from the moment on you connected, you then have the stats as well. How many comments come in, what did you answer, what have you hidden, and what did you like. And in the dashboard, you also have a sentiment breakdown, just some facts about your brand. Like this looks like quite normal for a decent brand. So it's having like half of the comments is like neutral, and the other half is like positive or negative. And then you have the automation level. This is like the power of Repliant when you start to automate things and not do everything manual. For this brand, you can see that like one fourth of comments is like automated. So you can set up Repliant to be semi-automated if you want to. And what's important to know here is when you connect Repliant, it does nothing automatically. So you need to set it up your way, because we think the human in the loop is still quite important, and we don't want to give like an option to answer everything automatically when you connect. So after the moment you connect, you can make sure, or it is certain that there is no comment being answered automatically by our service. But you can set up automations, and we're going to talk about this later in the video. So let's jump into the comments tab, which is like the space where you will be working when you do manual comment moderation. And here you have a list of all the comments that came in on your accounts. and it's gonna be mixed. So you can see you have Instagram here, TikTok there, Facebook here. So all of your channels are in one list, and they're sorted like when they came in. So the newest is on top. You have the option to sort it here for the oldest first or newest first. And every comment that comes in gets analyzed by sentiment. So you can see the green bar here, the neutral bar here, and like there's a red one as well. And it gets analyzed by sentiment and also for tags. And tags is quite important for automations later, so I'm gonna talk about this a second. You can see that this is tagged as feedback and review. Let's check out this comment. So it's German, but you have also the option here to translate to English instantly. So this is quite good tag because I think it's a review and a feedback about this brand. So you have different tags here, and replient AI is always tagging with the tag that it thinks it's best. But you can customize this, and we're gonna talk about this later. So you click on the comment, you have like an overview of what the comment is about. You have the option to translate it into all your languages. So it always translates back into account language. So that's how you set this up. And you have like a post overview. You can see if it's an ad post or organic posting. You have like the caption here. You can open it on Instagram. You have the tags again here. And what's like the most important part is you have then those 3 AI suggestions. And those are based on your historical learning. So when you connected your social media accounts, we're sure every question in comments has been there once at least. And so this is what we take for learning the past, and then provide suggestions that are based on the comment and also based on your historical learning. So it's gonna be the best outcome you can get. And in this case, it's a German brand, but just can show you the English version here as well. And you can just click here as well to translate it into English, so to check if that's all right. And I'm very happy with this answer. So what you're gonna do then is send it out, and it's getting sent in the background, so it will automatically move to the next comment, saving you time, not having to click much. So this is like also perfect. It's just a reaction with 3 emojis on a posting, and then it's like, have you already tried out our product, with some emojis. So I'm happy with this one as well. I can send it out, it moves to the next comment, and you see it's very, very fast to reply to comments. You also have the quick actions here. So there is like, hide, and delete. These options might differ from platform to platform. For example, for Instagram, there is no option via official services to like a comment, so that's also why we're not showing it here. Right. You also have the option to edit a comment. So whenever you click edit, you can just type whatever you want. And since you're in the trial period, I think now it's important for 1 or 2 weeks to really edit it and get the best quality version sent out, because with every click or every manual send that you do, AI is learning based on what you have performed here. So for every answer that you send out manually, our AI is going to learn about it for future. So this is the one thing that's very important. And like when you have set up automation, sending out replies, for sure it's not going to take into AI learning. So it's going to stay only what you send manually. Right, so this is that. And you also have, when you click on edit, you have like these templates here available where you can like set up fixed comment templates when you have like always sending this and that when there's a shipping question, for example. So you can paste this in, and yeah, it gets pre-filled. Some might like this, but I'm personally more a fan of like AI answers because it's like more personal. Right. And now let's talk about like the structure of the comments tab again. It's like structured in open and done. So in open, as it says, there is every comment that has not been moderated, but also you can see sub-comments of comments. So we will reply back here, and this one was a new comment, so it came into open again. And each comment is like one line. So this comment is like also separate. When you check this out, it's a separate comment. It's in done folder, and it's then yellow, marked. So you have open and done. Open is everything unanswered, unliked, unhidden, and you can move a comment to done with this check mark here. And in done, there is everything that's already been replied to inside our service, or also when you reply directly on Facebook, it also gets moved to done. So you have then these badges here, answered, so you can check this out. This is just the one we answered, and you have the answer here. And we also have automated badges. So for example, this one is a comment that is tagged with against brand and complaint, and it's an automated badge. So this one was automatically hidden within seconds by our AI, because we don't like bad comments about this brand. So we set it up to do some automation stuff when against brand, for example, is added. You can check in show activities, like the blue button up here, what our AI did for certain comments. So in this case, there was the comment created, there was the commented sentiment analyzed, and then we added those tags. And then you can see that the automation has been triggered, and we're gonna look at this automation just now. So this is like the automation view, how you can set it up. And this is like a very common automation that mostly every brand has active because it's saving your community from spam. It's also protecting your brand from like negative feedback. And if you run ads or like doing some performance marketing, this is like kind of the must-have that you need to set up. So you have the automation name here, and automations are always structured in if and then. So if something happens for a comment, then something will be executed on your comment. So in this example, we have the comment tag that we discussed before is one off, and then you can choose which comment tag that you want to trigger it for. And we decided to do it for spam and against brand. And then you have this section for the actions part. And it's like random 1 to 10 minutes, and it's gonna hide the comment for you. So when you have this set up, after 1 to 10 minutes, when there is a negative comment, it will be automatically hidden. You also have the option to choose instant, so it's not even visible a second. Right, so this is like the automation setup you can do for your brand as well. We have some templates here. So if you head over to automation, comment automations and templates, you can find this template that I just opened here, hide spam and against brand comments. If the comment tag is one of spam or against brand, hide the comments. So you can just duplicate it into your account and activate it, and your brand stays protected from day one since you connected to your channels. Right. So the next part is back in the filter, in the comments tab is like the filtering part. I want to go into this in detail. So you can add some filters here. So you can search for keywords, you can do some tags that you want to filter for, and you can also filter by platform. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to filter by tag generic questions. So this is like general FAQ stuff. And you can see that the list already changed here, and we have like 2 comments that are generic questions. You can see that these are like questions from customers, and for this type of questions, our AI is pretty good when you have explained this good in the past and on your website. So I'm pretty sure the first AI suggestion is okay here. And we have this bulk execution. So in your comments tab, in the open tab, you can set a filter, and whenever you set a filter, you can do bulk actions. And in bulk action, just click button, you have some options. So you can move the comments to done. This is very handy if you have like a ton of, let's say, contest comments that are in open tab that you forgot to set up an automation earlier. And you can then filter, for example, with the keyword giveaway, and it searches for the comments, and then you can like do the automations or the bulk action. So let's go back here again, generic question, bulk execution. I'm happy with first AI suggestion. So you can go ahead and click this. You also can hide comments, send custom text. So you just put in anything, or send a private message directly here as well. So what I want to do is send the first AI suggestion, clicking execute, and you can see that the bulk action is then running for this comment. It's running in the background, so you can do anything else. And when it's done, they will remove or be removed from open tab and are visible in done here as well. You can see that it's already been posted by bulk action, and also have this in the activity protocol then here. So this is very nice, I think. You can also filter by ad or organic, or also mention in post or in the comments. So when you got or your brand got mentioned on other people's posts or comments. You can also filter by the language. If you have multi-language stores, you can filter in done folder, which is quite handy, by reply status. So you can filter unanswered, for example, or you can filter answered by automation, hidden by automation. So if you want to check some automations, if they executed correctly, just go into the done folder, filter by it, and you have a list of automated comments that you can check. Right, so where do we go now? So this is clear. Maybe just some kind of when do comments appear in open and in done. So in open tab, they will appear after automations have run. So for example, a new comment comes in, it gets tagged, and then automations are checked. So if there are any conditions that qualify for automation to run, the automation runs. And if no automation has been triggered, then it will be visible in open tab. So you can make sure when a comment comes in open, there will be no automation running, and you can just send out the comment manually in these cases. Right, so I talked about the tags before, and tags is quite a nice way of organizing your comments and organizing your automations. So we implemented some way to customize it for your brand, which is quite handy. So in Learning tab, where we connected the channels, or like where you can see like the brand overview, we have like a list of custom tags for your brand. So in the custom tags, you have the list of those tags that I just showed you in the comments tab as well. And we provide some basic tag descriptions out of the box when you connect your account. So for example, against brand that you just saw before, where the automation triggered, has like include when statements against the brand or the post summit. So these are very open definitions of a negative comment against the brand or post, but you can customize it for your brand. So you just go in there and click the pen, and then you can adjust the tag description based on your needs. So you can go in and say include when this and that happens on my comments. So just define a good prompt. It can be longer as well. As you can see here for spam, we have some conditions, so you can do this as well. So include this tag if one of the above apply, and then you can just do bullet points as well. So you're very flexible in setting this up, which is quite nice, I think. And you also have the option to add custom tags. So for example, if you're a supplement brand and you want to do analytics or automations for a specific problem that people might have. So for example, headache. I don't know. If you have headache and someone writes in the comment headache, I want to add this to a tag. So you can go ahead and do headache, and then you include if the comment talks about symptoms of headache. So when you have this, then you can do some automation stuff and say, if the comment tag is headache, I want to send out a special guide. I want to send out a special comment, or do some AI automation stuff with this tag. So this is quite useful when it comes to automating your replies, because you can kind of customize it for your brand. You can also delete some tags if you don't need them at all. So if you're like a creator, you might not have shipping question, so you just delete it out and customize it for your brand, if that makes sense. All right, so let me then go ahead with automations. So we talked about automations about hiding a comment. That was quite easy to set up. If you want to do automations for replying to comments, you can also set it up. So in the if part, you have a bunch of different triggers from when you want the action to trigger, actually. As discussed, you can choose the comment tags, and the new generated headache tag in this example would then also be available here. And you can, for example, let's do generic question, because this is like often like a question that AI can answer very, very good, and also do like buying interest and pricing question, because those two are like, if you're doing ads, you want to do like to answer fast and to do like instant answers for buying interest and pricing questions, because they are like in the mood of buying your product. And then I want to do like AI automation for those tags. I set the wait time from 1 to 10 minutes, so it's like more human for the customers. And then I'm gonna choose send comment and first AI suggestion. In this scenario, like when those tags are added, I'm gonna send out the first AI suggestion, so I'm not gonna touch anything here. And then we can also, if you say, I'm very happy with first AI suggestions, I want to be like, have it fully automated, I don't want to look into this tool, I want it to run like all comments automatically. What you would do then is select platform. Platform is one of Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever you connected. And then you're gonna send out 1 to 10 minutes first AI suggestion. So what this is, then it answers every comment from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok with our suggested first AI suggestion. We say that it would be good for you to like manually work with our tool like for 1 week or 1 or 2 weeks, because then you get the hang of it and how AI sounds, and then you can create automations. So this is what we suggest, but it's up to you. Right. Another important things for automations is automations always run from top to bottom. So we are checking the first condition first. If it's true, then we're gonna execute the action. We're gonna check the second one, and if it's true, then we're gonna execute it. If not, we move to the next one, and so on. And as you can see, we have some automation set up here, doing some hiding stuff here. We are also doing like if person tagged only. So if the person only tags some other person in the comment without any other text within the comment, then we just mark it as done, because we think we don't need to reply to this. Then we have some usernames that we want to block and hide. And we also have like answer comments automatically. So in this example, we have it deactivated because we want only on like weekends for our AI to respond automatically to when we are like offline, and we are gonna activate this on Fridays. And then it does, it checks all platforms. After 1 to 10 minutes, it sends out the first AI suggestion, sorry, and then it's moving the comment to open again. So it moves it to open so we can check on Monday what AI did reply, and we want just to make sure everything's all right. So this is like a common setup that you can also do for your brand if you want to have fast replies, but still be a little bit, curious about what AI did reply. So this is kind of an automation that can be switched on and off here. And you have the option to drag and drop the comments here. So just make sure tight descriptions are on top and like all the platform descriptions are on bottom, so the other ones run before them. Yeah. Okay, so this is like the part for the comment automations. Let me now go to direct messages. So in DMs, we have it strictly like separated. Comments is only comments. DMs is like your DMs on Facebook and Instagram. DMs are only possible for Facebook, Instagram as of now, because all other platforms are not allowing us to access the DMs. It's like a platform restriction for everyone that's integrating. So there's no tool out there doing like TikTok DMs. If there are some, they're probably doing it in not like secure ways and integrating it against the terms of service. So we have like Facebook and Instagram integrated, the same structure here, open and done folder. You can click on it, you can see stories, for example. You can check out some FAQ stuff. And if you click like the AI button here, we are generating suggestions. This is also based on your historic conversations, and we are learning also from your like DMs in the past and then providing suggestions based on that. And it's also like learning if you send it out here as well. So they said, just translating it to English, I've already ordered it, will receive it in a few weeks. Thank you very much. And then like it's a reply in German here as well. You can translate it, so you can check it out as well. Nice that you have already ordered. Thank you for your trust. We wish you joy with the product. If you have any questions, just reach out. So this sounds very, very nice. I'm just gonna hit send. It moves to the next comment, and that's it. Yeah, perfect. So this is like for DMs, and then we're gonna check out automations for DMs as well. So the part with comment automations, it's only running for comments. And if you want to do some DM automation stuff, this is also very, very powerful within replient.ai. So you can check out DM automations here. And we have like a flow builder for DMs. So there is quite a lot of options for you, so don't be overwhelmed now, but you get the hang of it when you try it out. So you have some different triggers. So when is this automation gonna trigger? Like the obvious one is someone sends you a DM. So someone is sending, hey, I need this and that from you. So you can do this as trigger and do like specific filters when you want it to trigger. We also have the tags here, which are like separate tags from comment tags. We can do like here, if someone has a shipping question and the AI identifies it as shipping question, you can go ahead and do the agent auto reply here. Or you can go ahead and send a message, hey, check our shipping policy here, XYZ. Or hey, please pass your order number here so we can check. So you can do some kind of automation stuff here as well. Or you can send them a link with your return portal if it's like return question, for example. So there are kind of a lot of use cases for you to set up. And if you want just to auto reply to all your DMs, which is also quite handy, you can go in and say someone sends you a DM and do the agent auto reply. So it will reply to every single message you get. And what's quite nice, we also have the wait for all messages feature, because in DMs, you might know it, someone might send 5 messages. So we're gonna wait for all those 5 to come in, and then we do one AI answer for all of those 5. Because it's, I think, better than having separate messages. Yeah, you get the hang of it. Right, then we also have the option to send a DM to someone. So you can, so it triggers when you send a DM to someone. So for example, if I'm gonna send a DM that contains hop on a call, for example. So if you want to qualify a lead and you write to, hey, would be nice if we can hop on a call, then you can do some automation stuff here as well. So you can do, for example, sending a voice memo after this. So just to have things automated, you can then do some delay, or wait if the customer replied. If he not replied, send him a follow-up. You can send him a link, you can send a message, send a photo, video. So it's quite a lot of options available here that you can send out. The next option is someone replies to a story. This is also very handy when you do some kind of story where you say, hey, and we have just a discount running, comment discount on this story, and I'm gonna send it to your DMs. So in this use case, you're gonna send someone replies to a story and saying specific keyword is discount. So in this case, when someone replies to your story with the word discount, it's gonna get triggered and you can send them the link, or you can do some automation stuff. And someone mentions you in a story is also quite handy if you just want to maybe get an email notification to yourself, or you can also do like the message. So if someone mentions you, you can just like it, and it's also automated quite easily and fast. Right, and then this is one of the most common use cases. So you can also automate when someone comments on your post. So you might have seen this comment XYZ, and I'll send it to your DMs. So this is something that is very, very useful, and you can set it up for your brand as well to generate leads, to generate more revenue, and to engage with your community better. And this will also boost your overall reach on the post. So you have this option here available, and you can say someone comments on your post, and then you select which post. So you can do either with specific post. We don't really like that one, because then you need to always go in after posting and setting it up. So we always do post caption contains, and then you say, okay, for all giveaways or for all guides that I want to send out, I'm just including this on my post caption, and then I know when I post in 2 months the same caption, I will be sure it gets triggered. And then you can also define keywords if you want to do it. So if comment guide for you just to receive our guide, you can just add it as keyword here. And you'll also have the option to trigger it by sentiment or tags. So if the comment tag, for example, is something about a pricing question and you want to follow up in DMs, you can just set it up like this. Right, and then you can go ahead and say, for example, we are gonna like to set it up like this. Do you want to receive the guide? Because this is very important, that you have an open question, because we are only allowed to send one DM based on a comment. So we need the customer to reply back to us, and when they reply back, we can do anything within 24 hours. So we try to keep the conversation going within 24 hours, because after that we are not allowed to reply back. Okay, so this is quite important. So always add an opening question where the customer can reply, and don't just send out a link, because when the user just clicks on the link, you're lost the customer. So we like to do it ask a question. If contact replies yes, then we're gonna send out, for example, the link, and you can choose the link here with a title, get your guide here, for example, and then you can click the button and it opens up. And what's also nice, it tracks those links, so you get full analytics of all of your automations here as well. So you can check here number of automations started, the number of automations completed, and also the link clicks based on this specific node. And then you can do some automation as well. If the link is clicked, I want to delay it for, let's say, delay 1 minute, and after 1 minute, I'm gonna send him an audio message, and after this audio message, I'm gonna check if the comment replied, so wait for reply, and if the contact replies, I want just to like the last message. Okay, so this is the flow builder. You can do anything you can dream of here in DM automations, but I think it's quite handy if you want to do some giveaways and stuff. So I'm gonna show you some real example of a DM automation that a client did. It's Easter giveaway, and you can see that we have generated a bunch of leads here. So I'm gonna walk you through how we set it up and how it works. So it's someone comments on your post, and the post caption contains Easter giveaway. And then what the first option is, directly we send a custom comment answer. So we're sending, hey, look into your DMs, we just sent you a DM. You can also add the username variable here and do some, hey, username, we just send it out to your DMs, check it out. And then, as before, we are sending a question as first node. So are you ready to participate in our Easter giveaway? And then the contact replies, yes, let's go. And what we then do as it's a prerequisite that you follow our page if you want to participate on the giveaway. So we added the check if follower node. So what this does is it's checking if the Instagram user is already following the page, and if not, it's gonna send out this message. If he follows already, it just continues and skips this part. So this grows your followers immediately because you don't send out the giveaway or the like free guide or whatever instantly, but you require some steps before. Okay, so check if follower. If the user follows, I want to collect the email address as well, because email addresses are like gold for all businesses. You can connect the email within Replient directly. So we're gonna send out, if you really want to participate on this giveaway, please pass your email directly in the chat. And then we set up a webhook URL. This is like Zapier, this is make.com, where you get a webhook that you can paste in here to automate the stuff from getting the email into your email program. And as you can see, we have like 2,300 messages sent out, and let's see, 1,900 leads were generated. So you can see that's like a conversion of 70%, 80% of all users that got like the message about replying their email address really also did then. So this is data gold for your business, and we check if the email is valid, and it loops like through and sends out follow-up messages if the email is not provided. So it's quite nice. And then what this customer did is also sending a message. Nice, thanks for participating in our giveaway, you're now part of it. And then we wait for 3 minutes and send out an audio message just to keep it like personal and not like any automation.
Hallo, danke fürs Mitmachen beim Gewinnspiel.
So it's some nice words in German. So it performed really, really well. And we had also this trigger once per user here active. So it's when a customer like does 3 or participates 3 times in the comments, it's only getting executed for the first one, just to keep only one flow active. This is also very handy. And for like the others, when someone commented more times, it's also important to know automations for DMs are running before automations of comments. So we will first check automations for DMs if a comment comes in and if you have like something set up. And in the case that it's a customer with 3 comments, for example, the first one will be executed with this. The second comment that he writes is not triggering this one because it's like trigger once per user. So we set up another comment automation here saying post caption contains Easter giveaway and platform is Facebook, Instagram. Then instantly my comment is done. So the second and third comment that come in will automatically be moved into done and just ignored in this case. Yeah, so this is just an example use case of this brand. And now let's move on to the insights part. So in insights, you have some comment insights about your brand. So you can filter it by, let's say, last 30 days and check out how your moderation rate did in the last few days, how your response time was. So you can see that there is some, after weekends, some bad average response times for this brand. But you have also sentiment breakdown. You have tags, so also those custom tags that you create, you can analyze them. So it's also very handy if you want to do some deep analysis about some type of comments. You can go in here and check it out. You have the moderation actions. This is like a graph where you can see all your team members that are in this brand. You can click on them and see who did what when, and also AI automation. You can check how many comments did AI hide on the 14th of March, for example. And you have the average response time, which is obviously very good for AI. So try to do as much with AI as possible. And you also have top posts here giving you a sentiment overview about the top posts that you have on your accounts. Channel breakdown per platform, and also like some time savings that you do with our app, because even if you use it manually, you get back like 80% of your time. And if you do automation, there is obviously no time involved but the setup. Right. Also, a quite nice feature is the AI Sidekick. So AI Sidekick is like ChatGPT, so you can text in real user questions with our AI and ask it questions about your comments. So it's like an analytics feature where you can deep dive into your data, not only doing quantitative analysis, but also doing quality analysis. So you can check what did my customers ask about and how can we maybe resolve it. So here's an example, provide a tag analysis over the last 7 days, what got tagged how often. So this is some example comments here as well with quotes that were like common comments, and also some graphs in here as well And for example, what I really like is something like this. What were the most common complaints in the last 30 days? So we have this here as template as well. What were the most common complaints in the last 30 days? Based on the complaints, create 3 hooks where you refute those complaints with content from positive feedback comments. So create video scripts about this. And it really deep dives into your data. It checks everything. And you can see that it gives hooks for your videos and some video ideas based on your comments. So this is quite handy if you have like a high volume and it's just an overload of going through these comments manually. Right, so this is very, very useful. You can ask it anything, and if you have certain aspects of your comments that you want to analyze, it's a very good way of doing it. Then we have the contacts feature. So contacts are like a CRM system inside of Replient. So you have like full overview of your contacts. So you can just click on one, have some details here. What did the contact do? And there is a difference between unsubscribed and subscribed. Unsubscribed contacts are just users that write a comment. And if they DM'd you once in their lifespan when you connect Replient, they are being subscribed. So subscribed are also only users that have interacted with you via DMs. So in the example I just showed you before, check it out, contacts, DM subscribed. So you can see there are 4,600 DM subscribed. And when you click on one, you can check the DM opt-in details. In this one, it's just a story mention. But for others, it may be the DM campaign, the Easter giveaway. So you have also quite good data about why this contact was acquired. So when you set up DM automations, this is quite useful. And it's also relevant for billing afterwards. So you have some limits on DM subscribers, like for all other platforms, like ManyChat is doing this as well. But it's way more cheaper with us than other competitors. So check this number out, and you have like a CRM. We also are saving the email address if provided to the contact, and you have like a full breakdown of what happened when. And you can also add tags to customers, which is also very useful. So for example, I'm gonna create the tag for this client, and it's also gonna show up in comments tab. So when you click on a username here, you also have the tags here of the contact and a full breakdown as well. So just click on any username's name and check it out. Right, so let's go back. It's not a lot more left, but I hope you stick with us to the very end. Automations, we've been there through. In the DM automations, there are also templates. You can find it under templates and scroll down here. So you can just copy paste, for example, the giveaway stuff I just talked you through is a template as well. So you can just duplicate it into your account as well. In Learning tab, there are some more nice adjustments that you can do. So for example, the first option is ask follow-up questions in AI generated suggestions to get higher engagement rates. So what this does is our AI is providing in the first suggestion, it's providing always a question. So it will ask the client something. This helps, as you can see here, it's always continuing the conversation when you ask a question. So we always suggest to do this. If you don't want to send a question, there's always the second and third option that shouldn't contain a question, except it needs to know something about it. But this will also only be added to the first AI suggestion. You can enable or disable email reminders here for unread comments. So if you have like a whole low volume and you need to check when you have 10 unread comments, then you can go in and check it again. And we also have the option to enable or disable link tracking. We always suggest you enable it because you can see for this one, we have then in the DM automations, we have these analytics that are quite useful if you want to analyze it later. Right, so this is the Learning tab. And if you want to tweak our AI, so if you want to customize the tone of voice even further, you can go into our custom instructions. This is very powerful and it's setting like the boundaries of our AI. So what it does, you can input some words, some prompts you want us to follow or our AI to follow. In this case, try to write shorter answers if possible. Don't emphasize on every detail of the user comment. For example, you can also add like never add emojis, always do this and that, whatever. So you can define it better here. So I talked about the uploading document stuff and brand guidelines. So this is more the place of putting brand guidelines. You can put in markdown text. You can put in anything that makes sense. Okay. Right. So custom tags, we talked about this, and here you also have the tags for messages and for contacts that you have in one place right away. Okay, so now let's talk about the last two things, which is like managing team. So if you have like team members that you want to add to your brand, you can invite them in our team section. You have the support agent or view only mode, and you can select which brands you want to select here to add them to the user. And each user then has like separate brands that he has access to, and you can also customize the areas where the customer has access. So if you don't want them to manage automations, just remove it from here. If you don't want them to manage the learning, like the part where you set up these tags and stuff, you can also do this granular on every user. Right, and then just for the last part of it, so we can finish this up quite nicely, is our pricing plans, because I think it's also quite important that you know what is included where and for what you can choose. So in the free trial, you're on the Pro plan. So you have 14 days of free access to our Pro plan. If you exceed the 4,000 comments, you also be like required to upgrade your plan already. But yeah, it should like you should have some time to test our tool with the Pro plan. And like the differences between those three tiers are basically the comment limit. So if you're having more than 1,000 comments per month, you're gonna need the Pro plan. If you have 4,000 or more comments, then you need the enterprise plan. And there is also higher options or higher tiers available, and this is custom pricing then. So please contact us with how many comments you have per month and how many brands you need and how many team accounts you need, so we can provide you a specific price for your needs. This is also very possible. The difference between Lite and Pro is quite big, because in Lite you only have the comments part, so you do not have access to direct messages here. If you use to choose the Lite plan, it will only be comments, but you have access to all the automation, all the learning stuff as well. And what's also not included in Lite is those two features, like the custom instructions and the custom tags. This is a Pro exclusive feature, so you need the Pro plan for this. Right, so if you're like a small brand starting out, I would choose the Lite plan just to get the hang out of our comments part. And if you like managing DM somewhere else or managing it in the app directly, the Lite plan would be the correct version for you. If you also want to do direct messages and do some customization of our AI, this Pro plan is like our bestseller for all brands. You have like almost every feature included except one. This is like the 4 team accounts. The 4 team accounts is only on enterprise, but this is quite the only feature-wise difference between Pro and enterprise. So if you need teams, go for enterprise. We also offer to include team accounts in Pro plan, so it's 15 euros per month on top that you need to spend for a team member in Pro. So if you have only one team member and not at high volumes, I would choose the Pro plan with an additional team member. Just reach out if you want to do this, then I can set it up for you. And in the enterprise, yeah, of course, we have the team accounts. We also have the contacts limit I just talked about before. So in Pro, there are 5,000 contacts included. In enterprise, there are 10,000 included. But you also have the option to unsubscribe different contacts. So you can mark it as unsubscribed. And then it's not counting towards your contact limit, sorry. And you can check out the contact limit like here. So you have the DM subscribed. So this brand currently has 558 contacts. Right, so this is everything for billing as of now. DM automations only from Pro upwards, and team members only from Enterprise upwards. I think that's the main things here. And you can save 10% when you choose to pay yearly, which is quite a nice discount we can offer you if you choose to go for a yearly plan. Right, if you have any questions about anything on our platform, there's our documentation down here. Just click it. We have some help docs here. Also, for example, when you want to dive deeper in DM automations, you can check out every single action, for example, of our DM automation builder in this help doc, so you can just read through it and check it out. And if this information was not enough for you, you can also send or schedule a free setup call where we can get into your brand together, set up automations for your brand. So just click this book now button, schedule a call with me directly, and I'm gonna walk you through and help you setting up some DM automations. It's always good if you have some idea what you want to try to automate, and we can like bring it into our tool. So this is quite nice. And if you have any questions, if you run into any error, just send out a chat notification here, and we'll be in touch very, very soon. All right, so I think I've covered almost everything about our platform. Sorry if it took a bit of your time, but I think it's very important that you know what exactly replient.ai does and how it might help your business. I think it's very good if you set up comment automations, if you use our AI suggestions, and if you set up DM automations, especially to help grow your business. If you need anything from myself, just write me and I'm happy to help. Also, if you have questions, just drop a comment down below and I'm sure replient.ai is going to know the answer to it. So if you want to test it out, just write a comment on this YouTube video. Yes, perfect. So that's it for now. Have a good day and bye-bye.